Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and bishops of the great millstone that rule well. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, there's so much wickedness, on a daily basis that go on in the society that, you can't even scrape the surface without getting super vexed. It's interesting to me that, a lot of the people's focus is on, these two losers, gaslighting, both sides. It's a lot of gaslighting on both sides. But with all this distraction, the type of thing that you're getting ready to hear is overlooked. Nobody's looking in this direction. It's pretty sickening, man. And they've mastered directing the masses outrage, to have them focus on one particular thing or a particular person, through these scandals and psychological operations. But it's a lot of perverse wickedness that gets swept under the rug. And there's way more things to be more outraged about. You worried about, being pro-choice, your body, your choice. But meanwhile, access to your children is being enabled to predators, each day. But your concern isn't, focused on that. You worried about, your body, your choice. You worried about, LGBT rights. This place is and this is how you understand why 200 million missiles is the right dosage, because all this wickedness got to get cleaned out. They got to be burnt up. It's too much. So before I even bring the scriptures out, I'm gonna play this little excerpt. This is from the Colorado Republican Representative Scott Bottoms, and he's gonna basically tell you what grown ass people are doing. All right, which this is a known thing, because it ain't just happening with these certain celebrities. All your politicians are just as corrupt. They're just as diabolical. They're just as perverse. And all this PDF philia going on, child sex trafficking, is bigger than you think. All right, and a lot of these politicians and these people that write these laws, these people in Congress, they blackmail each other because they got dirt on each other. They all are corrupt and evil. They all are a bunch of sexual deviants. You have the police. I don't know if he was the captain. But basically he was over the Las Vegas Metro, and they raided his home and arrested his ass because he was caught with child pornography. So this is a common thing amongst a lot of these people, but people are not as outraged about this. You'll riot because of, dumb shit. Or you'll riot because the Dodgers won the series. This place got to get taken out soon, man. But anyway, let's get into it. All right, let me just let this ad go by.
These are the times realize that I am discouraged about my job as a representative and also just what happens here at the Capitol. We sat in a committee all day discussing whether or not somebody that buys little children, these are 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old kids, and they buy them for sex, that we tried to get.
So let me back it up.
Children, these are all day discussing whether or not somebody that buys little children, these are 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old kids, and they buy them for sex, that we tried to get a bill through, Representative Bradley sent one through, that was going to put these buyers in jail. Right now, most of the time, they get off on probation. Almost all the time, they get off on probation after buying a child and raping a little child.
They get off on probation? This will you heard that right. He just said that they get off on probation. And this is more common than you think. This is what they doing behind closed doors, but now things are coming out, which, that's the spirit that's out there, things being exposed on a daily basis, in which the Lord said, there's not anything that's secret that shall not be hidden. Luke 12 and verse 2, it says, for there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. So it's all coming out right now. You got a bunch of freaks, a bunch of sexually immoral, sick people in your government and your Congress. All right, your presidents, not just these record execs, these CEOs and moguls and entertainers. Man, it's all throughout the country, man. Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad. So the Lord is he's lifting the skirt. That's why all these secrets are manifesting. All right. And the Lord said in Nahum that he will lift up the skirt and show the nakedness. Nahum 3 and verse 5, it says, behold, I am against thee, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will shew the nations thy nakedness, and kingdoms thy shame. And I will cast abominable filth upon thee. And there's nothing but, it's just abomination after abomination here. Very detestable, acts that are being committed on a daily basis. And the only way you can actually clean up something like that is to send 200 million nukes on it. That should get the job done. All right, because this is sickening. It says, and make thee vile, and I will set thee as a gazing stock. All right, it's a very vile kingdom ruled by a vile nation of people. So let me run it back again. You hear what he's saying. This is a common thing. They're buying little children. These are toddlers. Their brain haven't even been developed. Their body hasn't been fully developed. And they're being bought.
All day discussing whether or not somebody that buys little children, these are 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old kids, and they buy them for sex, that we tried to get a bill through, Representative Bradley sent one through, that was going to put these buyers in jail right now.
I'm sure a lot of the people that was out there on that Roe versus Wade wave, that was all that outrage, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be out there with the same energy, with the same outrage for this type of stuff going on. I guarantee that. This is sickening, and I'm sure this behavior won't stop under Kamala or Trump. It doesn't even matter who gets in there. They all are corrupt. They all are freaks. And they know what goes on indoors. So your children are not safe in this world, man. And then you already got to worry about the school system trying to groom them, prepare their minds, get them prepared, basically for perversion. This is sick, man. We need out. We need out of this place.
Right now, most of the time, they get off on probation. Almost all the time, they get off on probation after buying a child and raping a little child. And we tried to say, well, they need to at least serve a minimum of 4 years. And then we sat and listened to the Democrats fight against this bill, fight against putting these people in jail, and came up with all kinds of reasons, including that these buyers are victims themselves. This is very discouraging, and it's also very disgusting for me that they would actually defend this. And then they voted completely along party lines. The Democrats voted 100% that they did not want to put these pedophiles in jail. They defended the pedophiles. This is why.
And they're already creating a curriculum to empathize with these type of beings, these lowlifes. They calling them minor attracted persons. That's the politically correct term for these people. They try to humanize them all of a sudden. It gets more and more sick. Let me get it real quick. Let me go to 2 Ezra 15. Second Ezra 15 and verse 8, and it says, I'll start at verse 5. It says, Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. And these are all necessary because there's just too much perverseness and abominable things happening. These people are shameless. And you better believe some of these people are, they're doing these things and they're able to get it swept under the rug because they're paying money under the table, hush money, settlement money. They bribing these judges, these lawmakers. But the Most High, he sees it all, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushai, he's viewing all his wickedness because the eyes of the Lord are in every place. You're not going to get away. None of you devils, man. You might have gotten Diddy, but wait till the Most High get you. All right. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right. It's reaching this, pinnacle. Its height. That's why the Lord got to come down and press that on that wine press of the wrath of his fury. All right. It's too much. You can't even raise a child here. So I'll finish this out and we'll get a few more precepts. But I thought this was important enough to do a video on. All right. Buying 1 to 5-year-olds, you got to be a complete demon. All right. This is otherworld demonic behavior, activity. But this is what they do. Or the small hat, the super rich top ones, they get them shipped in, They probably, that's what Epstein Island was all about. They get them flown in. And that's where they get their left hand power, through sex magic with little children. Take away their innocency. Because, hey, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And this is what they do on the left-hand side. It's evil.
This is why it's so difficult sometimes to do what we do around here. We know we're on the side of right, we know we're on the side of morality, and we get shot down by, I do not understand the thought process behind it.
Yeah, it's insanity. And then if you got outraged for things, that's a bit more trivial, that's not as effective, but stuff like this doesn't get you as outraged, then you're sick in the head too. That's straight up insanity.
Behind this, but we do get shot down. This is why I would encourage you to do a few things to help us with this. First, if you believe in prayer at all, please pray. We are fighting truly dark forces here. This is not okay. This is evil stuff that we're dealing with. And if you have the
we're in the land of darkness, where the light is as darkness, and there's no order. Let me get that in Job 10. As Job 10:20 says, "Are not my days few? Cease then and let me alone, that I may take comfort a little. Before I go whence I shall not return, even to the land of darkness and a shadow of death." A land of darkness, and that's Babylon in itself, the land of confusion, is just a land of straight, gross darkness, man. And that's why so much wickedness happens here. We're children of the light, man. We represent the day. So, we don't do the things of the night, because it's all darkness, man. It says, as darkness itself and of the shadow of death, without any order, where the light is as darkness. To some people, this perverted behavior is normal. There's nothing wrong with it. That's how you make you put darkness for light and light for darkness. And you have no single issue with this. So the Lord got to come fast, man. He really do. Let me get Psalms 94:16, and it says, "Who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?" And all this wickedness got to get outed. And it's mainly the prophets that are going out there being vocal. Okay. The powers that be and all these, wicked souls, they got to be held accountable. So, we pointing all this out, and that's why this place is going to get destroyed. It's going to get wiped out. All right. Because like it says in Revelation, her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Lord have remembered her iniquities. So that's why all those plagues and all the evil calamities that's coming is going to just destroy it. It's just going to ravage this place. All right. And it ain't going to be no breaks. It ain't going to be no time of alleviation. It's just going to be ongoing, suffering, calamity, anguish. All right. This is Psalms 7:9, and it says, "Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, but establish the just, for the righteous power trieth the hearts and reigns." And that's our sentiment, man. We want all this wickedness to come to an end. And we already know how it's going to end. Ultimately, the Lord's going to come and stomp down on that wine press. He's going to sweep this place with the besom of destruction. That's the only way. But leave it up to these Christians, leave it up to vocab. We're the worst thing in the world. But stuff like this is happening, and not a peep, not a word. That's what the Lord's gonna deal with. All of our adversaries, all of our ops, the Lord's gonna deal with y'all too. All right. Imagine trying to pair us with these type of individuals that's doing this, buying, year-olds, 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds for sexual pleasure. Imagine that. The Most High is gonna deal with every last one of you, man. Straight like that. He gonna get you. This is Psalms 10 and 15. And it says, break thou the arm of the wicked and the evil man. Seek out his wickedness till thou find none. So all his wickedness is going to, come out. And then eventually the Lord's going to come and he's going to, bring everything into judgment. Everything. So, yeah, this is insanity, man. And this is what we got to live among. We have to live among this. Just like how, now you get to see how Lot, how vexed he was, where he was living in a society where, sexual perverseness was protected. It was a safe haven for it. So the Lord had to step in because there wasn't going to be no justice met there. Everybody was corrupt and evil. So anytime a society gets so wicked to the point where everybody is corrupt, it's barely few righteous there, and there's no justice, there's no judgments, the Lord usually steps in and brings the equalizer. He did that with the flood, and he did that when he rained fire and brimstone on Sodom and Gomorrah and those other neighboring cities. And it's the same way here in Babylon. All this wickedness is just piling up because it's just straight up lawlessness. All right. Immorality, that's always a sign of the decline of an empire. Moral decay. People just doing whatever, without consequence. A slap on the wrist, getting probation. No, you need to be put down. You need to go. So ultimately, the Lord is going to bring justice to this place. He's going to wipe this place out and save the righteous out of it. And that being the elect of the nation of Israel. So I'm going to end it right there. And, Lord willing, Yahweh edified. Let me give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And then to the next one, Shalom.